There are various definitions of climate finance. The one I prefer to use is to say that climate finance is about integrating climate science into our everyday financial decision making. And by that, I don't just mean when we're assessing risk, it's also when we're actually evaluating the opportunities for financial services that are created by a transition to a greener economy. As a former banker, our contribution and my contribution at the Green Finance Institute is very much to look at how we deploy capital, how we structure new financial mechanisms, and how we find ways of actually actively deploying capital through transactions. We can only do that with respect for the climate science and also with a supportive policy environment. Some examples of where the Green Finance Institute is currently focusing on trying to deploy capital into the real economy would be around energy efficiency of buildings. So in the UK, we have the oldest and least energy efficient building stock in Europe, and buildings contribute upwards of 20% of greenhouse gases. So in order to get to a net zero pathway, we clearly do need to find a way of retrofitting almost 30 million homes and making sure that new homes are all built to a net zero standard. Again, there's the importance of policy and regulation, reporting, but we also need to have new ways of structuring capital so that we use both public and private funds as efficiently as possible. Some examples are green leases, green mortgages, green retrofit loans. In the US, there is a property assessed clean energy finance program that makes use of smart securitization vehicle and has to date managed to deploy over $5 billion of institutional capital towards retrofitting of US homes. Further on our coalition of energy efficient buildings, the coalition brings together over 50 market participants from right across the value chain. So we have developers, regulators, chartered surveyors, as well as policymakers, academics, and financial practitioners from building societies through to investors and high street banks, all working together to look at what are these solutions, in fact, what are the barriers to deploying capital towards retrofitting and new building development, and what are some of the demonstrator projects that we can build to bring to market to demonstrate how we can make viable revenues, commercial revenues, from some of these opportunities.